What are we doing? Also, if anyone can guess whose jersey I'm wearing right now, I will give you a nice little wink in the next video. But LSU is just signing a bunch of guys that are in the EuroLeague right now. Half of them have already been drafted. What are we doing? NCAA, how is there not a rule against this? Like, I know Trump did his executive order that messed with the transfer rules, which I actually dug. I dug what he did there, but it doesn't affect this. It doesn't keep guys that have been drafted from the NBA to be able to come back to college basketball. It makes no sense. R.J. Lewis, probably the best player that LSU has signed, played for St. John's last season. Okay, not the last season, but the one before that. Played for St. John's, declared for the draft, went undrafted. I want to say the Utah Jazz signed him. He played in the G League for them. And then he was traded to the Celtics, or it was the other way around. But I know he's played for the Jazz and the Celtics, their G League affiliates. But he was traded to either one of them. So someone who's been involved in an NBA trade is now coming back to LSU right now to play college basketball for them. Will Wade is he's going crazy right now. And he's so desperate to build a team. And when you have the rules as they are right now, which just doesn't prohibit this, or at least, it somewhat does, because, we saw with, Charles Bediako, it took a whole, a month of him playing, and then the judge finally said, nah, you can't play, you're not eligible. So, are they gonna have to do, an individual case for every single one? Every single player on LSU's basketball roster? Is that what we're doing? Are we gonna have players dropping like flies, and then Will Wade's gonna sign more freaking EuroLeague players to come fill the spot, only for them in a couple months to be ruled ineligible? Is it just gonna be a constant cycle we're doing here? How does this work? If you don't know, Will Wade was recently rehired as the coach of LSU. He was previously fired for I think basically tampering before it was legal. He was basically doing some Rick Pitino stuff. He was offering guys money to come join their school before it was legalized in college basketball, or not just college basketball, but for college sports in general. So he did that. He got fired for it, and then he joined McNeese, and then he joined NC State, and then in this past offseason, he got rehired as the LSU coach. And I guess he can't recruit anybody because he's signing guys in the EuroLeague. It's absolutely nuts what's going on. Guys that have been drafted. I need to keep reiterating that. Guys have been undrafted. R.J. Lewis didn't get drafted, but there's a couple guys that they signed from the EuroLeague that have been drafted. How is this not a rule? I don't get it, because it's clearly enough of a rule to where Charles Bediako can be ruled ineligible. But there's nothing keeping these coaches from signing these guys and then trying to play them, and then they get ruled ineligible, which takes a bit of a process, which I don't know if it's going to move as quick as the Alabama Bediako situation because of how high profile it was. Nowhere near the guy from Baylor. I don't even know if he got ruled ineligible because there was just no light shined on that. But Charles Bediako, that was the main headline of college basketball for a couple weeks. And then he eventually got ruled ineligible. They're going to have to do it for every single guy in LSU. What are we doing? NCAA, please just beg Trump. He's the only hope, because for whatever reason, NCAA just says, we can't make rules. Even though you have rules, you've made rules in the past. Why can't you call up an FFA meeting right now and say, get something drafted and then get it put into the books? Why can't you do that? I was able to in FFA. I implemented a rule back in FFA freshman high school year. Why can't y'all? I know it's more complicated. I'm just joking, but still. It's absolute madness what's going on in college basketball right now. This is not college basketball. This is not a professional league. This is where kids who want to go to college, want to get paid for the sport they love, but ultimately to get an education, go to play basketball. Basically a side quest for their degree. Now some guys, they're just meant to be a pro and they come for 1 year, but no one goes to college for education now, or no one goes to a basketball school for education now, because thank goodness Trump got rid of the just constantly transferring every year. So you have one free transfer, and if you want to transfer after that, then you have to sit out a year, like it was before the NCAA just went hog wild and went wild west on it and had no rules, which were just a terrible idea. You need regulations, okay? It's why anarchy doesn't work. They tried full anarchy, and it's just not gonna work. The reason anarchy just doesn't work. We need structure as human beings. I don't know. We just go ape shit for whatever reason. We need structure rules, okay? But yeah. Well, what's stopping another team from doing this? We're talking about LSU. Now, they've been a terrible basketball school lately, okay? Absolutely terrible. But still, LSU who have produced Ben Simmons, Shaquille O'Neal, absolutely great players, big school, SEC school. Like, the precedent setting is just horrific. Like, are we ultimately going to see a team where every couple weeks they lose a player because they're ruled ineligible? I don't get it. It's crazy. Like, what is the definition of an eligible player? I know what it is, but it's not what's in the books right now, or at least it's in the books. I don't know how it works. It's in the books, but yet the coach can still sign these players, and we have to wait for judges to rule them ineligible. What are we doing? Why can this happen in the first place? Why not start? Okay, this tree. Okay, I know that this tree is gonna be a problem for my house, so I'm just gonna let it grow, and then I'm gonna chop it down. No, I'm not gonna let it grow in the first place. You know? But only college basketball is gonna do something like this. I am getting worked up right now, but I'm just so confused more than anything. How is this happening? How is Will Wade getting away with this? My goodness, what has college basketball become? This is not free agency where a ton of guys just switch schools every now and then. At least they have to sit out a year so they can transfer once, and then they have to sit out a year after. Thank goodness for that, because this ain't free agency. This is college, man. That happens also have basketball. That's my opinion on it. It's college that also happens to have offer basketball, and y'all get paid for it. Come on, have some sense of loyalty. But yeah, that's a current state of college basketball right now. More specifically, what Will Wade is doing with LSU right now, unprecedented. We saw it with Bediako last season. We saw it with the guy at Baylor. But this is an entire roster Will Wade is building, full of guys that have been drafted or declared for the draft, at least, like RJ Lewis. So, which gives up their college eligibility. But yet, he's able to sign them, pay them to come back. I'm at a loss for words, but that's just my opinion on the situation. I'd love to know what you all think in the comments below. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. But my goodness, I'm about to sweat, y'all. And yeah, that's about it. God bless you all.